there, friends in Vlog Blog land. This is Vlog Blog number Il, which is Korean for one, unless you're talking about money or phone numbers, in which case you use a completely different counting system. I was just semi-propositioned by a middle-aged Korean woman in a cafe, so I thought it would be a good night to make my inaugural vlog blog. She interrupted me while I was enjoying my Americano, which is Korean for coffee, to ask me if I could be an English tutor for some students of hers on weekends. Which is weird because she then told me that she teaches swimming lessons and that she would need me to be in the pool with her. And then she pointed out that the guy she was with was not her husband and only her son's math tutor. And he said, he was in, I think. And then she said that we would need to keep our arrangement secret in case I'm not allowed to tutor outside of my Haegwon, which is Korean for private school, I guess. So then I guess I will in the future discuss what she's going to pay me because I gave her my email address. Yesterday I wore a blazer to work over a t-shirt with some jeans. I thought it was a pretty stylish choice, but then it rubbed against my neck and irritated a bit, so I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm just going to stick with my janitor shirts. Pyeongtaek is a cool city. I can walk across it in an hour, but it's all urban, so it's small but dense. There's lots of flashing lights and tall buildings, which is cool. Sometime I'll bring my tablet out, and I will take some sort of panoramic shot and show you guys, and then I will drop the tablet. Hey, so last Friday, I had to leave class several times to throw up in the bathroom. And I wasn't even blackout drunk, or just a little the night before, so I don't think that was fair. And then on Saturday, it was some guy's last weekend in Korea, so I went out and met lots of local English people, which was good. Except that the guy whose last night it was, whose party it was, who I had talked with, and we got along great at first, he decided that he didn't like me, and he told me this across a room full of people several times, going, "I don't fucking like this guy," except he was Irish. It was just like McNulty, by the way, exactly like McNulty. And after he was telling me I don't like him, I was like, okay, McNulty, so that might be why he doesn't like me. And on Sunday night, I stayed out in Seoul until about 5 in the morning with some people who were going to stay up to watch the Super Bowl, because of the time difference. And then I slept in a jjimjilbang, which is a Korean bathhouse, where it's rude not to get naked and hang around naked with a bunch of people. So I got naked with some strangers and the dudes I went with, several of whom were gay. And then I slept on the floor, which is customary. And then I took the subway home to go to work the next day. When I arrived the first night 3 weeks ago, feels like it's been so long. I shouldn't ad-lib like that. I can't. The cabby who was arranged to pick me up at the airport, who spoke no English, stopped at a red light once we got here to Pyeongtaek, and rolled down my window because there were 3 young Korean guys like right outside, right next to my window. And it probably appeared to them that I was rolling the window down, and then as soon as we drove away, he rolled the window back up, and it was very strange, like he was showing me off. Then the next day, my first day in Korea, I took the subway into Seoul, and then on the way home, I found out that subway stopped running at 1, so I was stranded in a place called Byongjong, which I fucking have come to hate. It's this little stop where sometimes the train stops or goes off to this other place called Sidongtan, which is even worse. Just a real pain in my butt is what it is. And luckily, there was another non-English speaking cabby driver that night, who was there to herd me into his car with another insanely drunk man, who stumbled into the taxi driver while he was talking to me in Korean, and the taxi driver didn't even skip a beat, didn't even seem to notice the man had fallen into him, and he sort of pushed him off and kept talking. There was also a guy who had Down syndrome as part of our posse, and a person who was trying to convince the cab driver to bring him in the car, and who the cab driver was shouting at. And then the cab driver went to an ATM and watched the guy take money out before he would let him get in the cab with the rest of us normal folk. And then I tried drawing the cab driver a map to show them that I lived on the opposite side of Pyeongtaek that he took me to. And that it just didn't work, so he got out and walked home. Vlog